Hi there, I'm Aidan Harper, also known as DJ Squeak, and welcome to this special Up the Creek edition of Rock It Real. Now this year's festival is the 30th year anniversary and will be happening from the 6th to the 9th of February on the very same spot where it all began, which is on the banks of the Brynn River just outside of Swellendam. Now it's 4 days, 4 stages and more than 50 bands. Now the Rock It Real team will definitely be there, so keep a lookout for us and come and say hello. Now also, if you've missed any of our other shows, please check out our channel and don't forget to subscribe. Now to let you know what's happening in this special edition of Rock It Real, we've got 4 Up the Creek artist interviews lined up for you. Now we'll be chatting to Rob from WONDERboom, Dave Ferguson, Cito from WONDERboom and Jules from Brynn. We also have our gig report to let you know what's going down on the stages at Up the Creek 2020. Now Up the Creek is the second longest running music festival in South Africa, and to find out more we're going to go way back in history. Where did it all begin? Now, Annie's partner at the time, Anthony, was turning 40 in 1990, and they both shared a deep love for rock and roll and owned the Up the Creek camp, from which they ran a river rafting adventure business. Now, Annie secretly invited all of Anthony's friends to attend his surprise birthday party that would be held at the camp. Each guest was asked to contribute 10 Rand towards a payment for 3 bands that Annie had arranged to perform at the party, one of which was named The Worst. When 100 guests showed up, Anthony expected a fun weekend of canoeing, spit roasts and having a great time with friends. When the first band rocked up and asked, "Where can we plug in?" he sensed that something much bigger was about to happen. The birthday party turned into 3 days of unrivaled fun, continuous music and non-stop dancing. That was the birth of Up the Creek. Now in the early days, all the music happened on the stoep of the farmhouse on the riverbank. Up the Creek was also one of the first music festivals to incorporate comedy. So that's the end of the history lesson. Now I need to tell you that the most amazing thing about Up the Creek that it stayed true to promoting only South African music. Now one of the first bands to perform at Up the Creek was the WONDERboom. Now Rock It Real managed to get an interview with Rob Nagel from the band, and here it is, guys. So I've got Rob from WONDERboom on the line. Rob, how are you doing?
How's it, Aidan? I'm doing really well. How are you?
Absolutely amazing, and finally enjoying some decent weather in Cape Town.
I don't know. I live in Tilbach. It's like under a big rock.
Ah, so it must be quite hot up there where you are.
Oh, last week it was 30. Now it's not too bad. Actually, it was 40 last week. Now it's all right.
And talking of 30, WONDERboom at Up the Creek this year is going to be a double whammy for you guys. It's also the band's 30-year anniversary as well as Up the Creek. So tell us a little bit about the band and who you are and that for our watchers.
Okay, well, like you said, we've been around for over 30 years, and in fact, we were probably the inaugural band at Up the Creek in around about 1999, and it was really pretty sort of homegrown at the time. It was a lot of fun, each band brought a piece of PA, and it was really just a private party, which sort of mushroomed into all out of control to the way the size it is today. But it's been 30 years for both of us, and it's some sort of cosmic coincidence, I reckon.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Maybe you can sort of give us a highlight or two over the last 30 years. And I must admit, I actually saw you guys at the Fringe many moons ago.
Yeah, that was many years ago. I mean, 99% of the places we've played are sort of defunct by now. We started off in the the Cafe Royal, which was sort of the press club in Wales Street in 1999. And since then, we've played practically every venue in South Africa and Namibia. And it's been one hell of an interesting ride, I must say. It's just fabulous thinking back over the years, and there's so many stories and anecdotes and things. I mean, one day when I've got a bit of time, I must sit down and write a book, because there's some funny things.
Definitely, that I'm sure everybody's going to look forward to that. You said it first on Rocket Reel, huh?
Okay, that's right. I mean, the most gratifying thing for me is when people come up to me and say, well, you sort of influenced us sort of 25 years ago to want to play music. And that's always fantastic for me, because that's really what I'm in it for. Just the love of real music, and people like pretty illuminaries today. People like Valiant Swart and Basson Loubser and Skull Kubert, all like the top oaks in the music industry. Gerald Clark, they all were part of our adventure as well years ago, and it's fabulous to see a lot of them still going after 30 years. I mean, to me, that is the high point of the Blues Brews. Is still playing after 30 years and still playing with the guys and seeing them at venues and concerts after 30 years. Wow, that's really something.
That's amazing. And you guys brought, Bluesbrews started bringing a skiffle set into the performance. And how did that come about? And also for our viewers, can you explain what skiffle actually is? And most importantly, are you going to do a little bit of skiffle at Up the Creek?
We most certainly are. Skiffle is basically music that was invented to play on homemade instruments by the lesser privileged communities. So, for example, they couldn't afford bass guitars or whatever. There weren't even bass guitars at the time. So they made sort of, either wash tub basses or tea chest basses, or even wine bottle basses. We made a tea chest bass about 20 years ago. A friend of mine and myself started the Smoke Club, a Smokehouse Blues Club. Anyone who was jawling about 20 years ago will remember it as one of the high points of the club scene. And to advertise it, we went and did a skiffle set like in Green Market Square. We had this tea chest, and we had a washboard and a harp and a guitar, and we were sort of playing to the people walking past the road. And I must tell you, that's one of the hardest gigs I've ever played in my life, because when you're playing a gig, people have come to the gig. Now they want to be entertained. Now they look at you. But there you're walking past doing your own business, and there's a bunch of hippies sort of making a noise with a bunch of weird instruments. I mean, you really have to play hard to get them to stop and watch. But it was really great. And we actually got some gigs out of it as well. We played at a place called the Rode Cut. We had to play a set, and that was the hardest gig I've ever played in my life, I tell you what. But that's the great thing about skiffle. It's really organic. It's down back to the roots. It's homemade instruments, and there's no hiding anything with volume or speed or anything. What you play is just what they hear, and it's a lot of fun. And we certainly are going to do our skiffle set as part of the Up the Creek celebrations.
Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing the washboard come out. That's going to be good.
That was a cutting edge of technology in 1874. I tell you what. Eh?
That's it. And tell me, a band's career spanning 30 years in South Africa is quite an achievement. What would you attribute the longevity of Bluesbrews?
Well, I think it's just a pure love of blues, and managing to get people who share that enthusiasm and love. And obviously the lineup has changed a bit over the years. I mean, Simon's been with us for practically 30 years, Simon Orange.
Yeah.
He has a very illustrious solo career as well. Albert played with us for at least 25 years. Albert Frost, we all know who Albert Frost is.
Oh yeah.
We always make a joke. We say like he actually got so good that he made us sound so bad that we had to actually fire him. But I taught him everything I know. It didn't take me long at all. But most of the people have played with us for very long, and I attribute that to just the pure love of music more than, a need to make a living or whatever other reason, getting groupies or whatever people play in bands for. Just the pure love of blues. It transcends a lot of things, and it's still going now.
Oh, that's fantastic, and it's really cool to see bands continue and stay the circuit, for want of a better expression.
So I was going to say, Aidan, one of my favorites. I mean, I grew up with music in the mid to late '60s and onwards. I mean, shows my age, but that's okay. And I grew up with bands. You would listen to the Who or Cream or Hendrix or Led Zeppelin, whoever they were. They were bands. And I understand today in the music scene in South Africa, it's very difficult to keep a band going, and you can't, as opposed to. Well, here's a gig. Let's get a couple of musicians to do the gig. Who can we get on bass? Who can we get on drums? I understand that fully, and I won't say I sympathise. I mean, that's the only way you can do it to make a living out of it. But we've managed to actually play in a band as such. There's not any substitutes anytime. It's the band as it is, and if one guy can't make it, well, the band can't play.
Yes,
and that I think is also attributed to our longevity and just feeling of unity as a band, not just as a performing unit.
Nice. And is there anything you'd like to tell the Blues Brews fans out there?
All three of you out there, we hope to see you at Up the Creek, because it's a very, very special occasion for us, and it would be fantastic, if any of you were at the first couple, with Anthony Bumstead and Annie and all the blinkende Kokorotte and Susie's blue jeans being auctioned from Woodstock, that kind of stuff. Do come up and chat to us, because that's really great stuff to reminisce about when the early founding years of Up the Creek. I would love to chat to you about that. If let's say, if you can remember the 60s, you weren't there. I reckon it's a bit the same. If you can remember the first couple of Up the Creeks, you weren't there either. But if you do remember them, do come up and chat to us. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. And we're definitely going to be there and looking forward to seeing you guys up there. Maybe we can do a little bit of a selfie with the band when we get there, a little video clip, yeah.
Always fantastic, Aidan. Thank you so much and also thank you very much to yourself for supporting local music. I know it isn't always easy, but it's a very noble cause, and let's keep the flame burning.
Oh, hell yeah, that sounds great. And we're going to rock on loud.
Absolutely. Rock it real.
Cheers, Rob. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you at Up the Creek.
Yeah, thanks, Aidan. It's been a privilege, and we'll check you there. And all the three fans as well. Hi, I'm Rob from the Blues Brews, and you're watching Rock It Real. Rock on loud.
All right, you heard Rob talk about skiffle. Now here's a sneak peek of the Blues Brews doing just that. This is skiffle. You're watching Rocket Reel, the Up the Creek Special Edition, and we've got lots more exciting stuff coming up. Hey guys, another brilliant artist playing at Up the Creek this year is Lonesome Dave Ferguson. Welcome to Rocket Reel, Dave. How's it going?
Very good, very good. Thank you. It's nice to be here. It's a wonderful place you got here.
There we go. And last time I saw you guys, I think you...
Guys?
Was the first... Actual
I think
guys,
you were,
I'll tell
you
you
were
why.
seeing double, man.
No. Was with Guy Collins.
Oh yeah.
At
That's
Up
one
the
guy.
Creek. That's one guy.
Okay.
Guy Collins at Up the Creek. It was the first time they did a Thursday, and you guys were meant to
No,
play.
not the first time they did the Thursday.
It was one of them.
I used to always do the Thursday.
Because I remember you were meant to play.
We just
for
didn't
an
tell you
hour
about
and
that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's usually the best night.
All right, I need to fire the production crew. Okay, all right. But I know you were meant to play, for an hour and a half, and you said you lost your watch or your watch broke or something.
No,
It
that's
ended
a
up
lie.
being
We were
about
just having fun.
3 hours, but it was brilliant.
It was 3 hours. We went on a little, but you know we weren't sort of we weren't stealing anybody else's time. We were the last band on, so instead of finishing at midnight, we finished at 3, I think, or 2 or something like that. So yeah, it was a long song, you know.
That's it. And I mean, you've toured all over the world. I mean, you've
Not
done,
yet.
Well, part of it.
Well, some of it, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. Your favourite spots, where you've been?
At home usually. You know, I'm comfortable there. You know, yeah. Look, you know, if I tour the solo stuff, it's kind of, you know, the positive side to that is that, you know, it's just me and one hotel, you know, one person to worry about. But the negative side of that is it's just me, one person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but yeah, so my selling point is it's, you know, I take up very little space and, you know.
Okay, and favourite places where you've been?
And we've covered that already. Home, I just came from there. But you know, I don't like playing in Italy, but I like going there because my kids live there. So, so that's an easy answer to that question. But you know.
But I mean, you played London. You played Nashville. No.
Oh, well, that was no. I haven't been back to the States for a long time, and that was a very long time ago, and it was before I was before I'd figured out how to be a full-time harmonica player, you know. So back then I had aspirations of being a sideman, you know? But that didn't work out. So.
And for you, I mean, Up the Creek 30-year anniversary. I mean,
you know
to
what?
play this.
Well, I don't know, man. You know, it's a little scary when you know, you realize you're getting on a little bit when the festival is having its 30-year anniversary, and you know that you were there somewhere in the beginning. I think I was the second or third one ever.
Wow.
It was the first one I played, but I can't remember that far back. You know what I mean? And but yeah. So yeah, okay. So wow.
30 years.
Yeah, shut up, man. Okay. Yeah, no, that wasn't me. You know? So this is my first Up the Creek. I'm really excited about it. Should be great.
So
yeah.
what can the crowd expect from you?
I don't know.
You must have some.
Well,
idea.
well, if they have expectations, that's their own problem. You know, because I don't have any expectations. I kind of wing it a lot. So you know, I hope they don't have expectations. I'm gonna try and get through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'll do my damnedest to not mess up too much, and I'll dress appropriately.
The kilt.
No, that's inappropriate.
Oh, but it says adults only.
Yeah, but that's also inappropriate.
Okay.
But anyway. No, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't. It's been. I did like a 7-year run of the creek without a break, and then I haven't been for the last 3 years. So this will be my first time back.
Nice, nice. And loop hop, harmonica, the way that you describe your music.
That wasn't me. I don't know. It's just, look. I mean, you know, the whole concept of looping and stuff was I got hip to it a long time ago. Sort of 2003, 2004, when I was still living in London, and you know, I messed around with it there, and you know, because I'd seen some cats doing it, and my friend Ben Dovell, son of Dave, he was messing around with it, and he sort of recommended this pedal, the Akai Head Rush, etc., etc., etc. And so, you know, I messed around with it, but essentially for me it was a way that I could teach myself harmony. You know, that's what I really wanted to do. Yeah, so it just kind of like morphed into a sort of, you know, I thought oh. The problem with looping is that, you know, if you want to do it live, which, you know, I've never bothered pre-recording anything, but I mean, you can do that. I don't know how, but the whole live thing is it's kind of, it's quite limiting. You don't have the, unless you want to bore your audience and sort of set up this long, lengthy sequence with chord changes, etc. It stays on the one, and it's just a groove. Sort of
then
thing,
also you're stuck with that specific thing as well.
Yeah. So, but you know, the thing that you know, I worried about that in the beginning. I thought like, oh, it's going to be very static, and you know, it's not going to change. Until I was listening to some Howling Wolf, and so much of that stuff was just a groove, man. And you know, the band just stays on the one. And Wolf just, you know, will sing the changes over it. And I thought, man, if he can get away with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and a message for the fans out there.
Thank you very much. I'll reply to that email. And yeah. Oh,
Which
fans.
Fans.
What? I didn't know. I thought it was only one. Okay.
Plural.
Thanks for bringing a friend. I don't know. A message. I don't know. Yeah, I've been laying low for a couple of years. So I don't know. You know, I don't like to overpromise, but I intend to get out more in 2020.
Away from home.
Well, you know, baby steps.
Yeah. And anything else you'd like to mention about Up the Creek? You know, what you do, the whole thing.
No, not really. Other than the fact that I'm hoping to bring my boat, because I built a boat, a ship. Yeah. Well, it's a boat, really. I don't know, but it's a vessel. Yeah, and I bought a little trolling motor which runs off a car battery, and so I thought I'd build a boat, and I've got friends who live downstream, where the river becomes navigable, and so I want to be able to get it up. So I built a boat out of a bathtub, but it's a bathtub with a
motor.
Trolling, yeah.
Amazing,
and so I'm hoping because I'm doing the Sunday, so it'd be a little. So maybe I'll see if I can get there on the Saturday.
I reckon you should enter that into the anything that floats.
No,
competition.
it wouldn't be fair, because it's a professionally made boat. Well, not professionally. I mean, I'm amateur, but I could do professionally.
There you go.
If there was a market for bathtub boats.
The loofah and the.
I was thinking about putting a sort of shower curtain up for privacy, but it's make it top heavy, you know.
There we go.
It's buoyancy. That's your big thing with boats.
And also, finally, I mean, you mentioned the whole looping thing.
No, you did. I was
well,
just.
Okay, I started it. Yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't mean to be pedantic, but.
I mean, a lot of the live loop artists, I've spoken to people in the audience that, oh, no, he's running with backing tracks and that sort of thing. So hopefully you're going to show us exactly what you do and how it's done.
Well, I can't show you exactly what I do because it's different all the time by virtue of the fact that I've forgotten how all my songs go anyway. So, yeah.
Well,
so,
you said you were going to wing it, so...
No, well, I've been doing that for years. But yeah, I can show you how. I can show you how. I mean, do you want to sort of like a sort of?
Yeah, well, let's get into that. But Dave, absolutely amazing having you on the show.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me to your garage.
There we go.
Yeah. So you want to know a little bit about live looping. The whole point of live looping is to learn how to fuck up with grace, basically, or to make it look like the mistakes are intentional. So essentially, you've got to build you've got to build a song up one layer at a time. So you know, usually I'll start with a sort of something rhythmic or a bass line or something. So I basically I've got not many effects, but there's a few tricks in there. But essentially this is the loop pedal. So if I hit this button, it starts recording. If I hit it again, take that and it loops it, and then I can overdub and just ad lib from there. So. My only friend here's a bartender. I'm a real big spender. Hell, we've been here since 2 o'clock today. There's a song that's on rotation on that static FM station that's telling us everything will be okay. But you can't make it right. What's been done wrong? You can't go back to the start. You can't wash away what still remains, the years we spent together. I guess that's just wishful drinking. 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 I guess that's just wishful drinking on my part. All right now. That's just wishful drinking. I guess that's just wishful drinking. I guess that's just wishful drinking. Oh, I guess that's just wishful drinking. my brother from another mother. Guess I'll have myself another. But go a little easy on the ice. Hell, I'm not drinking to forget. I'm not that far gone yet. But if I reach that stage, you know it would be nice. They tell me you can't make right what's been done wrong. You can't go back to the start. You can't wash away what still remains, the years we spent together. I guess that's just wishful drinking. I guess that's just wishful drinking. I guess that's just wishful drinking on my part. Yeah, I guess that's just wishful drinking on my part. Come on over here, Cito. I don't feel so good. Cito, I've been doing some thinking. I guess some folks may be content just to make the rent. They lock themselves away in their concrete tower. But we'll have everything we need, my new best friend and me. Every day has 23 unhappy hours. And they tell me you can't make right what's been done wrong. You can't go back to the start. You can't wash away what still remains, the years we spent together. I guess that's just wishful drinking. 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 I guess that's just wishful drinking on my part. 'Cause I was there. 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 People, I was there. I was there. I was there. I was there. When love crashed and burned, I was there. Well, I was there when love painted like wild sweet kisses. I was there when it burned out of control. And I was there when something quickly turned into nothing. Just a hopeless, helpless dream gone up in smoke. People, I was there. I was there. I was there. I was there. When love crashed and burned. People, I was there. My dreams are all dead and buried. Sometimes I wish the sun would just explode. When God comes to carry me to his kingdom, I'll take all you sons of bitches when I go. The people, I was there. I was there. was there, I was there. Oh, and one thing's for certain, I did all the hurt. That love's final curtain, I was there, baby, I was there. I'm Dave Ferguson, and you're watching Rocket Reel. Rock on. I'm not going to say that loud. It's not the sort of thing I'd say. Rock on with a reasonable volume. Be mindful of your neighbours, you know.
Up the Creek 2020 will be taking place from Thursday the 6th to Sunday the 9th of February at the Felix Unite venue on the Brynn River just outside Swellendam, and gates open at 11 a.m. Now, I've already heard that thanks to the rain we've been getting, the river's quite full, so don't forget to bring your lilo or anything that floats for that matter. Now just remember there's 4 stages and over 50 bands performing over the 4 days, so this 30th year anniversary of Up the Creek will be definitely one to remember. Let's get straight into the gig report. You're watching Rocket Reel Up the Creek special, and we've chosen a few entertainment highlights for you to check out. Now on Thursday the 6th of February, Jake Gunn will be opening the festival at the Jam Van at 5 p.m. Nick Turner is performing on the main stage at 10 p.m, followed by WONDERboom at 11 p.m. On Friday the 7th of February, there's 3 bands playing at the River Stage from 11 a.m. as part of the Ghetto Sessions. Now Jandre Swanepoel is on at 4 p.m. at the Jam Van. You can catch some comedy at the Savannah Stage at 5 p.m. On the main stage at 8 p.m. you gotta see Albert Frost. He'll be performing with Tubatsi and Mpo Malloy. Black Cat Bones hit the food court stage at midnight. Saturday 8th of February, Cross Current is well worth watching, and they're on the River Stage at 1 p.m. Jules Terea is doing his solo performance at 3 p.m. at the Jam Van. Rob van Vuuren will be at the Savannah Comedy Stage at 5 p.m. 2 acts well worth seeing on the main stage is Short Straw at 10 p.m. and Hot Water at 11:30 p.m. On Sunday the 9th of February, that's the only stage running on Sunday, and that's the food court stage. So look out for Aura and the Kites at 9 a.m. and Dave Ferguson closes the festival at 1 p.m. And there you have it. For full lineup details, you can visit the Up the Creek Facebook page. Next up, we have an epic interview with Cito from WONDERboom. You won't want to miss this. Hey guys, we've got Cito from WONDERboom on the line. Hi Cito, how are you doing?
I'm very cool, Aidan. How you doing, brother?
Absolutely fantastic. Nice weather down here in Cape Town. And where you are?
Also, lovely. I'm in Johannesburg, Rampart Ridge area, clear skies. We've had lots of rain this side, so everything's looking healthy and green and optimistic for 2020.
Nice. I know you guys needed it.
Yeah, no, big time.
Yeah, I hear up the creek the river's going to be nice and full, so that's going to be actually a really, really awesome weekend as well.
Oh, man, I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be so cool.
WONDERboom has been around for almost 24 years and has played up the creek a few times. I think I saw you guys there in 2011. And how does it feel to be playing the 30-year anniversary of Up the Creek?
It feels, it feels like a sort of homecoming. That was one of the very few first festivals that we performed at down in the Cape, and it's always got a huge spot in my heart. I love the location, I love the people, I love the whole boutique approach to it. You really feel like you're in a real exclusively special, magical place, and we've only had great crowds there. So we're really looking forward to coming down again.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you guys were the sole opening act for Guns N' Roses in 2018. How was that as an experience for you guys? And also, did you get to meet the band at least?
Well, let me start off with the bad news first. We didn't get to meet them.
Oh.
They had this very strict sort of blanket rule with their tour. They don't meet the support act unless they're friends with them already or whatever. But they don't do meet and greet. They couldn't even be in the same room as each other. So I think that was the primary reason for not really meeting the band. But we couldn't even watch them sound check. They ran such a tight operation. They treated us all. The big concerts crew and all that were great with us, but as far as their own, they come with their own 100 headstrong personnel, and they just take over the stadium. So they've got their own security, they've got their own everything, and they're just, we had to hide in our dressing room while they sound checked, and whenever they drove past us. So that was disappointing, but the good news was that we got to play to their 60,000 strong crowd. And
60,000, wow.
we couldn't have asked for a better situation with regards to production and sound. We had a killer sound that everybody is still raving about to this day. A lot of people hadn't checked us, turned on to us. A lot of people that hadn't heard from us for a while because they're busy adulting. They got to see us again, and it was a really wonderful experience. And of course, playing at F&B Stadium is humbling, but also seriously empowering. There's something about that stadium, something about being able to play in such an iconic place. We'll never forget that.
Nice. I must say, I did meet Slash when he was here with Kings of Chaos.
Yeah, Martin did as well. I think individually they're cool, but it's obviously their arrangement with their personnel, and then in turn with the local guys here. But there you have it.
That's the way it goes. And tell me, WONDERboom got second place in the Global Battle of the Bands 2004 at the London Astoria, but you guys also won gold first place at the Silk Road Indie Music Festival in China, and you were competing against 14 other countries. What do you attribute your success, and sort of what was your impression of China as a country as well?
China blew me away. They are, I suppose, certain cities are extremely first world. I can gather that, from the way they've got everything running on that side, they really don't need the rest of the world, although they do, but, you get that sense that they don't. They're so advanced. The people are so, at least in the town that we were at, in Chengdu, they were very, very gentle and quite reserved, but very kind, very cool to us, very hospitable.
Nice.
I think the reason why we won was I think we had experience on our side with regards to stage performance, and they had artists from all over the world, and it was all kinds of genres, which was quite interesting.
Okay.
But there was this one specific act from Georgia, from the country Georgia, that did this whole sort of Moscow circus style trapeze with traditional folk like dance music and sword fighting and like heavy like acrobatics and all sorts of stuff going down. And you know, when we were in the finals against these guys, we were like, how the hell do we compete with that? You know?
But you guys did it.
but we did it, yeah. And I think at the end of the day, you know, the Chinese culture, they're definitely sort of embracing pop culture now that a lot of the things have been dropped with regards to their restrictions and all that, you know. So
Yes.
they definitely had their eye on the pulse on pop music and all of that. And I think we were just strong on the day, and we just delivered and do what we do best, which is, you know, the live performance.
Nice. And talking about live performances, what can the audience expect from WONDERboom at Up the Creek this year? And more importantly, when are you guys hitting the stage?
I believe we're hitting the stage on the Thursday night, the opening night.
Oh, nice.
The 6th on the main stage. And, yeah, we're definitely going to play, obviously, a few of our old classics, which is to be expected with the WONDERboom show, like
That's
Charlie and songs like that. But we've got, you know, since we've done Up the Creek a while back, we've got a couple of albums behind us. So there's some more recent singles and the songs that we're busy, that are in our repertoire that are lots of fun live. So I think you're going to get a nice sort of wide spectrum of old meets new, and then of course our current single, Voodoo Doll. I'm sure that's going to be in it as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much a comprehensive set of classics and new material.
Nice. And you guys are currently on the Voodoo Doll tour. How's that been so far? And also, where can your fans catch up with you on the road?
Well, you could definitely catch up with us on Facebook and Instagram and even Twitter. The tour has been cool. You know, we always like bringing out new music because it gives us a new sort of direction, and it gives us a chance to sort of reassess the set and it captures our latest sort of phase or mood that we're in. So the Voodoo Doll tour has been cool. People have been digging it. It's been very dance floor, dance floor heavy.
Nice.
And you know, we've just been enjoying performing these songs live, the new songs.
Nice. And a message for the fans, and also some advice and encouragement for bands that want to be as successful as WONDERboom.
Yeah, man. I think the only advice I could really give to bands is, you know, just do you, and do you as best as you can. You know,
Nice.
try to just stick to whatever you're doing, and don't get despondent, don't get discouraged by any kind of obstacles. Just keep doing it and keep creating and keep productive, because sooner or later something will be picked up, and the timing will work on your side, and the universe will be synchronized to your mission, and then it's your turn. And then as far as the fans are concerned, I cannot wait to see all of our Cape Town fans and friends, and especially those at Up the Creek. A lot of the fans have been asking us for years to return to Up the Creek, and we cannot wait. So let's have those tequilas ready. Yeah?
Nice. And anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it, eh? Unless you want to ask me anything else, I think I've blurted enough.
Fantastic. And we'll definitely see you there. And
Cool,
hopefully we
Aidan.
get a selfie with the band and a little bit of a video ident at the festival. But we're definitely going to see you up there.
Wonderful. Yeah, we'll definitely do that for you. No problem.
Fantastic. We'll see you there. Cito, thanks. And we'll see you very, very shortly.
I'll see you very shortly.
Bring the shit on.
Hi, this is Cito from WONDERboom, and you're listening to Rock It Real, Rock on Loud.
Wow, what a fantastic interview. Doesn't get better than that. Now that you've got the all-important ticket, this is also what you need to know. There's indoor hot showers, outdoor showers, and flushing toilets. Now, dedicated lifeguards will be at the river the entire weekend. And also, don't forget to bring your ID book, sleeping gear, a torch, sunblock, insect repellent, a cap or a hat, and also something warm to wear for the evenings as it can get a little bit chilly. Don't forget your swimming gear, your lilo boat and all floaty thing, and most importantly, a good attitude. Also, please remember that Up the Creek is operating on a cashless system, so visit howler.co.za for more info on that. For other info, please visit upthecreek.co.za. Now we're going to run our final interview for this show. We caught up with Jules Terea from the band Brynn. So we've got Jules Terea from Brynn on the line. Jules, how's it going?
How's it going, man? Yeah, super good.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since we spoke. I think the last was at River Republic. That's Up the Creek's baby sister.
Yeah, it's been a while. What was that, 2016?
16 or 17, somewhere around there anyway.
Yeah, one of those ones, yeah.
Cool. So, tell you, you're going to do a solo performance at Up the Creek this year. And what can we look forward to at the 30th anniversary of Up the Creek?
Yo, I'm just so excited to be a part of it. Brynn won't be playing this year. We're very excited. We're probably going to be returning in 2021. But yeah, Sine and the team invited me to come and play. So far, I know that I'm playing at 3 p.m. on Saturday. It's part of the jam van. And then there's also going to be another little secret, quite exciting show that'll be happening as well that I'll be a part of, which I'm really stoked about. And yeah, I'm going to be playing a couple of sort of Brynn favorites, sort of stripped down and acoustic, and then a couple of new tunes and of my own sort of solo work and a couple of covers as well. So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Nice. And Brynn was an opening act for Incubus in Cape Town. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So Craig Bright from the company We Are Live, he's a good friend of ours. He gave us a call just before we released our album and gave us the news that we'd been chosen. They basically, for all the South African opening acts, there were a lot of incredible names, incredible local acts that were on in Joburg and Cape Town, including our brothers Southern Wild.
Yes.
But all the music got passed on to Incubus, and they selected their opening acts themselves. So it was a huge honor and a really amazing step for us in our sort of journey. And it came at a really great time as well, because we released our album I think about a week after that. So it was amazing for us. We were so grateful for the opportunity. Yeah.
Nice. And you were also selected to represent South Africa at the Canada Music Week in Toronto in 2019.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So that was actually the same gentleman, Craig, who gave us a call after we released our single "I Came Here With Nothing" last year in about March, and that started doing really well. We had some help from some local music gurus who helped us get it out there really nicely, and it ended up doing the song ended up racking up more streams and plays and all those things than all the songs on our debut album put together. So it was quite amazing. Yeah, really amazing response. And Craig got in contact with us again, and he said that the organizers of Canada Music Week were interested in booking us, and yeah, so then we basically signed all the paperwork and went over, and we joined DJ Invisible, which is an amazing local electronic act, and an incredible band from Zimbabwe called Flying Bantu.
Yes.
So we all traveled together, and we performed a few shows up there as part of the South African showcase at Canada Music Week. So that was an incredible experience for us to go over there and yeah, to play our music for an international audience. And Toronto is just an amazing place musically. It's quite something to be there, and to play in those venues. We actually were very lucky. We got to share a bill with the South African legend who's based over in the States now, Jonathan Butler.
Wow, that must have been amazing.
Oh, it was unreal. He really is such an incredible artist and performer, and yeah, it was an amazing experience for us, and the start of many, hopefully. So it's got us fired up.
Nice. And your music, you describe it as being independent and not beholden to any genre or record label. How does that sort of shape the identity of your music?
Well, I think our music's kind of always bended and changed. I mean, now we're about to start a brand new chapter of Brynn. We got some amazing news today, actually, but it's quite hush hush for now. That we're going to be able to start working on our new record very soon.
Nice.
And basically, I think really when it comes to Brynn's sound, the individual members within the band all kind of it's very collaborative when we write. I often do a lot of the core songwriting, and from my I grew up in a sort of I'd say sort of soul folk background, and so that's kind of what I bring to the table. And then what the boys bring together, from rock to jazz to sort of more pop influences, we really do collaborate very openly together. And I think that's
Wow.
probably what shapes the sound and makes it what it is. I mean, we've had some member changes because our violinist Hezron Chetty is immigrating to Italy. So we've
That's
had
right,
an incredible
yes.
local guitarist, Tristan Bell, who's joined us now, and he's added a whole new flavor to the band. So
Wow.
yeah, I think Brynn really shapes and changes based on what we're listening to and what we're being influenced by. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that we've got quite a unique sound going, and yeah, we just love it, hey?
So next stop is a world tour, yes?
Definitely, yeah. We want to get there. So we're gonna basically focus on the next year. We're gonna be doing some really special shows around Cape Town and around the country, and then 2021 we're kind of looking into some Australasian tours and possibly a tour of the States. So
Nice.
yeah.
And Up the Creek, I mean, 30-year reunion. I mean, for you guys to play, anniversary, 30-year anniversary of Up the Creek. I mean, how's that feel for you guys?
Oh, it's awesome. Brynn's played it Up the Creek twice,
Mm-hmm.
and I can honestly say, I think for all of us in the band, they've been two of our favorite shows to date. I mean, it's just really, I mean, when you're a band in South Africa, you play the festival circuit a lot. You do all the big shows and the big festivals, and
Mm-hmm.
I think there really is something very magical about Up the Creek in terms of the vibe of being right there by the river. But more than anything, I think it's the organizers and the crowd, the audience that comes to this festival that they just come there with their hearts on their sleeves, and they just absolutely adore South African music. And as a band playing on those stages, you really feel that, and it's rare, and it's a really beautiful thing. And I mean, I don't know any other festival where immediately after you watch one of your favorite local bands play, they come into the audience and stand right next to you and watch other local acts that they love. It really is like that, and it's just an amazing festival. So I'm really stoked to be able to be there this year, and to be able to watch some of my favorite local bands. And yeah, Brynn's very excited to be returning in 2021. And
Alrighty.
yeah, hell, we love it.
And what acts are you sort of excited to see at Up the Creek?
Well, obviously, I'm very excited to see Southern Wild. Some of my dearest friends, and I just absolutely love their music. And I've heard they've got some very, very special stuff planned for this performance.
Nice.
I'm very excited to see Bam Bam Brown. I've seen the lineup is absolutely incredible this year. I mean, there's Black Cat Bones, Akidus, Emerger, who's a really amazing local band from Cape Town that I've had the privilege of sharing a stage with, and they're a really special band. So very excited to check them. And
Yeah, that
and
one's
obviously
going to
you've
be a first for me. Yes.
Yeah, they really are special. I think you're going to love it. Really lovely people as well. And obviously it's really cool to see, acts like Francois van Coke and Short Straw on the lineup as well. They're always amazing. And I think probably one of the bands I'm looking forward to most is seeing Flying Bantu again. We shared a stage with them in Canada, and really, really keen to see what they do on a big festival stage. So that's going to be amazing.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to add or chat or let the fans know out there?
I don't know. Hey? I don't know. I think I think if there's anything else we want to chat about, we can chat about it in person at Up the Creek.
There we go. We're definitely going to be there, and yeah, we can get a sort of post gig little video clip from you guys. I think that'll be awesome. Let
Yeah.
the guys know exactly what happened at Up the Creek.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it.
Fantastic, and we will see you at Up the Creek. How's that?
Yeah.
Thanks
Sounds
so
great,
much.
man. Thank you so much.
Cheers. We'll chat soon.
Cheers, man. Hey, I'm Jules Terea from the band Brynn, and you're watching Rocket Reel. Rock on. Loud.
'Cause I came here with nothing but a want and desire. I just wanted to live my life.
I'm really looking forward to his performance at Up the Creek, and we'll be playing out with his music video. Sadly, we've come to the end of the show, but first we'd like to thank the organisers and all the bands for letting us use the awesome photos and videos. Now don't forget to smash the subscribe button and hit the all-important cowbell. We need more cowbell. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with a thought for the day. You know it's been a good festival when you spend 5 minutes outside your tent trying to open it with your car remote. You've been watching Rocket Reel. Rock on, loud.
'Cause I came here with nothing but a want and desire. I just wanted to live my life and not just survive. But I carry the weight, ambition and pride, and I watched it hold me down one too many times. And I feel like I'm dead on my own. Oh, oh, oh. And I feel like I'm dead on my own. God, I wish I could see a few years into my life to know that somehow, baby, I'll make it out alright. And I feel like I'm dead on my own. Oh, oh. And I feel like I'm dead on my own. Oh, oh. Like I'm down on my own. Like I'm down on my own.